This whole situation started with a video from SunnyV2. Kris Tyson, that's now going by the name of Ava Tyson, has set in motion a whole chain of events that's led till today's outcome. Let's have a little look at what's happened. Kris Tyson came out as transsexual, got called out by a man called Prism42. This man got a YouTuber called EDP. If you don't know about him, he's also been in some... For some reason, they collaborated to kind of take down Kris. Prism42, the guy who tried to show Kris to the world, also contacted Chris Hansen. And if you don't know who that is, he's the notorious hunter of people who go for people under 18.
But still, I let him know the situation. He asked me to contact him further about it.
Hey Martin, Chris Hansen here. Thanks for reaching out.
I followed his instructions and he ghosted me completely.
The former Mr. Beast star was found out to be an avid lover of Chadman, which is a artist that creates explicit images of minors, including Keemstar's daughter. Oh yeah, and Chadman apparently now is Chad Girl. This is a really short recap, but right now, let's jump into the tweets and the Discord messages. He started off posting nudes, fire nudes, to a child called Lava. A bunch more of his old Reddit threads have come up via Keemstar, and they do not look good at all. These videos are massive lies and twisting the truth. Ava never did anything wrong and just made a few edgy jokes. I was never exploited or taken advantage of. Just a little while later, I've seen these leaks, while not nearly as damning as everyone thought they would be. There are a few individual leaks who deserve to be investigated. Seems like he was wrong. After reading the chat logs, this stuff was inappropriate and wrong. I spoke based on my memory of the situation, and I still do not remember these conversations. He does in the end, however, say that this is only related to the Discord server and not any other statements I have already made regarding Ava Tyson. So, sadly, that's also what somebody who would have been groomed would say. And defending said groomer, you have Stockholm Syndrome, you have all these issues that can come along with it. But he has also said now, I might have been wrong. So that didn't take many days. Within the same time span, Nathan W., the man in this video, has come out with a few allegations of his own.
Kris Tyson from Mr. Beast used me, manipulated me, and did very inappropriate things with me while I was about 15 years old. He would also frequently call me dad and daddy, as well as the others, which I guess we all kind of just took as a joke at the time. You have to think this is someone who we looked up to at the time, we idolized, we thought was the coolest person in the world, so they couldn't really do any wrong in our eyes. It's definitely uncomfortable at being called daddy by a 20-year-old, and even just thinking about it now, it's just uncomfortable. This server later went public and became his official Discord server, but before it did, he had me and Lava spend multiple days scrubbing this Discord server clean of all of the N-words he had sent in it and making sure no one could see that he was spamming corn to minors. This story is so much bigger and runs so much deeper than any of you really realize.
What this guy is talking about has a lot to do with what's coming next. A bunch of Discord messages that you should never be sending in a chat with minors. I want to highlight this one in particular. One more year until I can finally have intercourse with my PS2. 17 years old today. I like my PlayStation around 13 years old. In the end here, we have a little bit of a thing that I would like to talk about. This is an apparent Discord leak of the ages of every single person here, including Lava, and seeing that there's people down to the ages of 11. Now that you're all up to date with the Kris Tyson situation, let's jump into the Mr. Beast one. Here we have a former employee of Mr. Beast claiming to have irrefutable evidence of his wrongdoings, including illegal lotteries, faking signatures, and last but not least, faking videos.
where the only way to win a prize is by making a purchase. And obviously, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm just going to show you the law and then show you irrefutable evidence of what's being done, and you can make your own conclusions. The FTC defines a lottery as containing 3 elements: a valuable prize, random chance, and consideration, which can be time or effort, but in most cases is just payment. To successfully run a contest or a sweepstakes, you must eliminate one of these factors. A contest, for example, eliminates chance, and a sweepstakes eliminates consideration. In determining if any Mr. Beast giveaways have been illegal lotteries, we need to identify a prize, which is distributed through random chance and cannot be won without spending money. Wait, he's about to be the first one out? That's unlike him.
Even though you got out first, I still have a prize for you. Just wait here.
Oh, first person out gets a car, and it just happened to be your friend Matt.
Having used contestants multiple times, people that suddenly win big pots for leaving as number 1 or number 2, utilizing him multiple times, changing his life every single time. So yeah, paid actors apparently. And I do believe this. It feels like a lot of it is scripted in that sense. This point I actually highly disagree with, and I want to talk a little bit about it. People that were buying his shirts expecting to get the money, like this person here that purchased 5 of them in expectance of getting money back, in expectance of making money on it, and then saying that he ruined their Christmas. No, you ruined your own Christmas. You should have bought stuff for your own kids with that $250 or however much you paid for it. But I'm assuming it was about $50 after taxes per shirt. So $250, you could have you ruined your own kid's Christmas. He didn't. This one I just think is silly.
But the description says it's signed by a member of the Mr. Beast crew, and it doesn't say anywhere that other members will sign MB, deceiving people into believing it was signed by Mr. Beast. So here's a clip of Tyler using Mr. Beast's signature. So Tyler signs MB, which is Mr. Beast's signature. Then he covers it, signs his own initials, TC, smirks, looks around, and then quickly slides the shirt away. Could you make it any more obvious? You know, you don't accidentally have someone else's signature as muscle memory. And again, I'm not a lawyer. I think this is fraud. Maybe they could say it's the brand's signature.
Having the audacity to fake a signature like this is an incredibly damning state. If you're faking something like this, every signature you have will be taken into consideration and questioned. And now, the biggest problem that you'll have is that nobody will buy it as a memorabilia and nobody will value it unless they can see you physically write it themselves. So, however, if this is some sort of Mr. Beast like company logo, like he said here, then there's a different case, but it seems to be his personal logo.
People think it's real. But also, if what we had to film was scripted, because what we do is non-scripted, so you have to plan for a bunch of variables that you can't control, blah, blah. If what we did was scripted, holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Have you ever faked a video?
No.
But this train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor, this island costs more than $1, this city is not abandoned, these buildings are CGI, but it's not your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20. That's not a lurker. It's just a guy. This whole room is fake. This contestant is an actor and a secret employee at Mr. Beast. They had him dive through this fake door twice. This line is scripted. This action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all the videos with Mac are scripted.
You did it! Yeah! What we did was scripted. Holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Mr. Beast was also firing his manager because he apparently had morals and norms. Didn't want the kids to gamble, well, as much, because let's be honest, you'll be seeing it in a little bit that there's been a lot of gambling accusations as well.
This is probably what 99% of the people are getting.
Hey, at least Mr. Beast never wanted to work with this obvious scam. I mean, at least Mr. Beast's manager never went on some podcast and talked about how Mr. Beast really wanted to work with this company. No, what's this?
Is there anything you've had to say no to?
Yeah, tons. So a good example. So it was about 3 years or 2.5 years ago when I started working with Jimmy. What was becoming really popular were these like mystery loot crate, like internet sites where it's basically like CSGO skins, but you'd go on and be like, here's the Supreme box and you'd pay $50 for it. And remember, it was
didn't Ricegum did quite a few people.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, they got a lot of hate for that.
Right.
Jimmy was, he wanted to work with that company when he heard about it because there was a lot of money and we wanted to give that money away in a video and I had to talk him back on it. I was like, listen, we're not promoting gambling. I think people are going to see this negatively. So there's a long conversation that him and I had to have, which eventually we passed on the deal. And then Jake Paul and Rice Gum ended up doing that deal and got a lot of hate for it.
Jimmy, why is your manager saying that you wanted to promote this obvious scam to your young, impressionable audience? Mr. Beast launched Feastables, his new chocolate brand.
There's also been a heap of controversy around this chocolate not being a very good chocolate. And personally, I haven't tried it, so I'm not going to say anything. However, I've heard a lot of people not liking it and rating it very low. But the fact that he was calling it a healthy chocolate option with about the same amount of sugar as a normal milk chocolate, which is about 50% plus, is a pretty wild thing to say. It's a healthy chocolate. And then bragging about making more people come to the chocolate aisle that didn't used to be overweight or obese is also a pretty wild accusation. However, this is what's happened.
This is the best tasting chocolate on earth. Good job, boys.
Whoa. How do we know that's the best tasting chocolate in the world?
You're fired.
What? This is such horse shit. You can do that? I mean, that is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
The most shocking result was that Feastables never earned anything higher than a third place ranking.
But I do think their branding as like world's best chocolate bar is how do you get away with that? World's best chocolate.
World's best pizza.
What does that even fucking mean?
Define that yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But I would think you'd have to, I don't know. I'm sure whoever worked on his marketing gave some thought to it.
Intentionally manipulates these children's vulnerable minds for profit using 3 simple steps, which closely align with the 3 major types of behavioral learning. Step 1 is getting the viewer to associate the brand with trust and authority. Mr. Beast videos are real, and he's a great guy that gives away big rewards to his loyal followers. I will show you irrefutable evidence in a minute that his videos are in fact fake. Step 2 is showing the viewers that when people interact with Mr. Beast in a way that benefits Mr. Beast, when they do what he tells them to do, they win big rewards.
Is he subscribed? You are subscribed. Here's some money. Have a good day.
Some of them feel like I just walk around with $1,000. It's like, oh, thanks for watching my videos.
Hit that subscribe button because you might bump into me in real life and it might make you a lot of money.
When people are devout followers of Mr. Beast, they get rewarded. And step 3 is finally calling on the viewer to act in some way that benefits the brand, promising big rewards in return. Now it's your turn to do what Mr. Beast tells you, and you will win big rewards.
Zach would have been eliminated for cheating. He broke the rules, and guarantee you, if I climbed in the ceiling, Mr. Beast would eliminate me.
He was in the ceiling!
Also, I think some of the Mr. Beast giveaways have been fake, but I'll get into that later. So now that I've explained some of the ways that Mr. Beast lies to build trust.
One of Mr. Beast's employees has come out wanting to debunk a few things from this video as well. This happened quite recently, but the rebuttals he's had have been pretty ridiculous. I've read through them. I don't want to waste your time with this, so I'm going to leave them on the screen for a few seconds so you can pause the video and look at them, but they are pretty ridiculous. Not only that, but it doesn't take into consideration any of the more problematic things that have been spoken about in this video. He's predominantly taking the surface and not so important things like the raccoons in actor. Like it is a ridiculous way of doing it.
For Zach.
I spent over $1 million on these phones.
All you have to do to enter is hit that subscribe button. Samsung, I just want you to love me.
So yeah, that's what a call to action giveaway is.
And just yesterday, the latest development in this situation happened with Umpaville interviewing Dogback.
Nobody should do that. Secondarily, the big thing is like that people have said for so long is that his videos are faked, and like the extent of which they are faked. Do you think that some of the philanthropy channel videos are like faked? They're obviously a different thing because it's all for good. Like, what is your stance on the philanthropy aspect of the Mr. Beast industrial complex?
It's hard to go into the philanthropy right now because that's kind of what I'm investigating.
Are we going to see Beast philanthropy drop? Are we going to see him have irrefutable evidence of faking his philanthropic actions? Or do you guys think that his philanthropy has actually been legitimate? Comment in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.